Guys, something is happening, right? Gwede Mantashe called the MK party a Zulu thing, right? It's a tribalist, you know. He said a lot of things, right there. MK party has responded on that one. So I'm gonna give you the comment. Oh, in fact, MK party spokesperson had a comment about that. I will give you that. Also, they have responded in a letter as well. The letter addresses a lot of things. The letter was written on the 3rd of May 2024, obviously today. It addresses the very same issues that Anc Gwede Mantashe have raised during their derogatory comments, if I may say. Now, MK party spokesperson addressing that, he responded by saying the following.
And some other parties who obviously today are referring to us as a tribalistic party, but such is the case in politics, and we'll continue to just do well.
You're talking about Helen Zile, who was speaking to us here earlier. Is that who you're referring to?
Yes, Helen Zile's unfortunate comments. Very, very unfortunate. But again, I mean, that is Helen Zile. Those are just sour grapes, I guess, that come from a Stellenbosch farm. Look, why is that the case? You know, that you have this kind of leaders in this country that refer to themselves actually as leaders, and let's say they want to rescue South Africa, yet making such comments that sow divisions amongst our people. I mean, South Africa is supposed to be a rainbow nation. At this rate, clearly we should be rescuing ourselves from the likes of Helen Zile and the likes of Gwede Mantashe for the comments that they make, which are totally unacceptable. Gwede Mantashe himself, I mean, when Thabo Mbeki was the president of this country, he had a two-third majority. The majority of his vote was coming from the Eastern Cape. Was the ANC named an Eastern, was it called as a closer party? So why these kind of comments? You know, it's very, very sad. And again, the DA, a lot of the people that vote for the DA are people that murdered South Africans, that are racist. Do we refer to them as murderers and racists? No.
Well, I believe you just did.
Well, I didn't say that. I'm saying, do we refer to them as that? You know, and these are the kind of things that we don't need. You know, if we're going to build unity in a society here that also ought to ensure political tolerance, we shouldn't be making these kind of comments. They're totally, disruptive and irresponsible, to say the least.
Okay. So, a lot has been said about that. Questions have been raised about this comment, and it doesn't sit well with the MK party, what Helen Zile said, and also what Gwede Mantashe said. Because, I mean, honestly speaking, what they have said as well, EDA themselves, they are governing Western Cape, and go and check what is happening in Cape Town. You know, if you want to talk about tribalism and all the stuff, just go and check what is happening in Cape Town. I told you guys that in Cape Town, you can't find an apartment if you are not from Cape Town, right? I mean, if you're not white, you will struggle to find an apartment in Cape Town. So they are the last people to even talk about tribalism and all the stuff, right? But before we proceed with this, I put it to you that you do the following. If you are not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Come on, good people, because to subscribe it is free, to like the video it is free, to comment in the comment section below it is free of charge, to click the notification bell it is free of charge, to share this video it is free of charge, to watch this video until the end it is free of charge. Also, good people, I mean, come on, to watch the ads, it's free of charge, and that's how you financially contribute to this YouTube channel. Speaking about financially contribution to the channel, you can become a member of this YouTube channel from as little as 20 Rand a month. You can also use the Super Thanks button. In case you don't want to do that, guys, there is a way where you can use my media company banking details to donate to the channel. And you know what I'm saying? We'll bring you more, and also guys want to buy more equipment. So the power is in your hands. Please do the honorable thing as we proceed. Okay. Let's proceed a bit before I now start reading this letter from I think I need to insert the video from Helen Zile, and then we go through the letter from EMK party, right? So What do we do? Let's go through the letter first. MK Party unequivocally, hey, Marat, that what other word, denounced the look, hey, uh, it's called that the obnoxious and toxic remarks by Gwede of the ANC, supported by Helen Zile of the DA, which characterized the electoral success of the MK Party in KwaZulu-Natal as a product of Zulu tribalism. This deeply disrespectful and insulting perspective not only undermines the political agency of the Zulu people, but also dismiss the legitimate political choices as a mere tribal affiliation. Such individuals rhetoric portrays the Zulu people as non-thinking and sheep-like, following an outdated narrative that is both dangerous and offensive. You see the words that are being used, very, very interesting words to say. Look, you are simply saying, it's something that I said in my other video to say, one of the person that did the same thing, it's Ngizwe. He underestimated Zulu people. He treated Zulu people as if people don't think, or he treated Amabinga as if these people don't think, and he thought he was just going to sway them to Ramaphosa just like that, and then they proved to him that, you know what, we've got our own intelligence, now we think, right? And they shocked him, right? I'm sure even today he doesn't believe what happened. So yeah, MK Party is saying the same thing, that don't think that these people are not smart. Don't, that's because these people are Zulus doesn't necessarily make them dumb. This recklessness and stupidity follows similar offensive remarks from the so-called ANC Youth League president, who desperately suggested that Zulu people vote along with tribal lines. Furthermore, the slow thinking of the slow thinking the slow thinking of Ramaphosa also describes the July unrest riot in KZN, which followed the illegal and unlawful incarceration of President Jacob Zuma, as tragically resulted in over 500 deaths, as nothing but ethnic mobilization. This narrative, pushed by the current ANC leadership, dangerously ignore the historical lethality of tribalism as an advance by bloodbath between the ANC and IFP in the early 90s, the horrific genocide in Rwanda in 1994. Again, I do remember the issue of Ramaphosa, who was called into order, by the way, to say you can't use these tribalism suggestions and insinuations. You've got to stop with this. It's nonsense. It has to stop here, and it ends here. Nothing. It doesn't go anywhere further, but it has to stop here. He was told to. MK Party view these statements as a reflective of leadership in crisis, which, rather than addressing the real issue facing our nation, such as unemployment, poverty, and load shedding, etc., resort to scapegoating and blame shifting, a typical behavior of a failed administration attempting to divert attention from its own shortcomings by invoking tribal sentiment. Adding insult to injury, Helen Zile of the Democratic Alliance, a party that is nothing but a modern iteration of apartheid era national party, has, like the ANC, also labeled the MK Party as MK Party success in KZN as a Zulu tribalism. This common mentality, foolish and non-sentimental and nonsensical as it is, it's not surprising, as it is an open secret the two are on the verge of forming a coalition. Right. If political support in KZN was purely about tribal lines, for instance, why has the IFP, which has been politically active in KZN since 1976, almost 50 years under the leader who was a former Banta, what Prime Minister, look, Prime Minister not won or winning 100% of the vote when the Eastern Cape gave its highest vote to the ANC during the administration of Utata Mandela, and every petty what's in and ever petty and cantankerous Thabo Mbeki. Hey, yabona i-MK mase izokulanda ngama-letters wayo izokushuda kiwe. The people who are writing for MK, you can tell that these are educated. All right, they write very serious English, and you can tell that these people they're not taking chances. But let's proceed. No, okay, it says not labeled as a Xhosa tribal vote. When KZN people voted ANC overwhelming, leading to ANC getting two-third majority under Mbeki, which played a marble with instead of using it to change the lives of the disenfranchised majority. Where was Zulu tribalism there? The same DA racist, maimed, tortured, and imprisoned, and even murdered black South Africans who remain unaccountable and not called racial tribalists for supporting apartheid-era national party called the DA. This intellectual laziness from both the ANC and its coming coalition partner DA enraged the MK party. It is threatened the building of a united and non-racial, non-sexist and prosperous South Africa that the MK party strive to build. The truth is, the people of KZN are simply punishing the ANC of Ramaphosa for mismanaging the country by exacerbating unemployment, poverty, load shedding, high cost of petrol and food, and for destroying the capacity of state-owned enterprise, and the DA for its apartheid ruminants, right? Or yeah, they say civil society at large is sending a clear and unambiguous message that they will no longer tolerate a government controlled by white monopoly capital, where wealth continue to be concentrated in white hands, with black receiving crumbs as bystanders in their own country. We call on South Africans to reject these parties for their attempt to regress to the toxic times of tribalism, racism. Join the MK party in calling for an end to the embarrassing immaturity. Yeah, MK party were like, you know what? We are coming. Pa, 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 pa. Sure, Helen Zile is very angry wherever he is. I don't know for what reason were they even thinking when they say those words. Gwede Mantashe, Helen Zile. What are you thinking, guys? Like, maybe I'm trying to understand them. But I resonate with what the MK party is saying here. A win by Gwayena Mbeki. He won a KZN. Poncha, did we hear him saying, I won because of these people are tribalism or because of tribalism? Did we hear him saying that? No. Oh, well, Ramaphosa won as well in KZN. Did we hear him saying, no, you know what? I won in KZN because of their tribalism? No. Because those two people were never Zulu people. So they should stop talking and saying a lot of things about local tribalism when they themselves have benefited from that. The Youth League, the president of the Youth League, ANC Youth League as well. I remember now his remarks as well, and it how best can I say this? You know, somehow the ANC knew that they were going to lose KZN. Their remarks as well. Because if they were confident that they were going to win KZN, they wouldn't have had such remarks. So it tells me that these people knew that they were going to lose KZN. It's just that they were still hoping that they can still convince people otherwise. But people were like, we are going to punish you and we're going to do what other people have never done, and we will show you flames. And guess what? People were like, okay, we're going to show you flames. Because I feel also at the same time, the ANC has been so much arrogant. You know, they've been arrogant. They've been arrogant. Like, there are a lot of things that, man, we know, Guti. If you want this, you've got to be the member of the ANC, even if you don't like the ANC, because these people, they knew, they've look, they've gotten to a point where they are very comfortable playing with people's minds. They are very comfortable doing all this all sort of things. So they knew what they were doing from the beginning. They understood what they were doing. I mean, sorry, not that they knew, but I'm saying they had grown to a point where they were too comfortable and too confident. And people were like, now that you are too confident, like a car, you know, when you think you now know a car, you now know how to drive. And they usually say that's where you get an accident. The people of KZN were like, yeah, we want you when you are that confident and we'll punish you. And the people of KZN were like, ah, okay, adluwakin lokho, adluwakin lokho, adluwakin lokho. Masixolele, adluwakin lokho. Uyabo?